For today's video, I'm demonstrating the app being used on an Apple device. There will be some small differences on the Android, such as the location of the back arrow keys, but everything else will pretty much look and function the same as you'll see here. I'm not going to go into all sections of the app today for all of the responders. I'm also going to give you an overview of how the app works and the sort of information you can expect to see within it. When you open the app for the first time, a disclaimer will pop up. You'll need to read and agree to this before you can begin to use the app. This will only occur on your first use, so once you've agreed to it, you won't see it again. Because I've used the app previously, it hasn't popped up for me to demonstrate to you today. If you do want to revisit the terms and conditions at any point, you can find them within the More section. So in the bottom right hand side of the corner, if you press here, you can see we can now see the terms and conditions. If you click through, you can see we have more information here. Each of those 4 boxes, if when you click, you can see it's expanded and give us much more information about each of the sections that we've clicked within. After you've agreed to the disclaimer, the home page will be displayed for you. You'll see here that we've broken the app down into 4 responder categories: police, medic, fire and others. The reason for this is because the content within each of those sections has been appropriately tailored for that particular service. You'll also notice that we've colour-coded each responder category to make it clear which section you are in when you are using the app. From the home page, you need to select which of the services you are from. Other responders have been created for professionals such as security officers, bouncers, funeral operatives, pest controllers, search and rescue, etc. So basically those professionals who discover crime scenes and often inadvertently find themselves the first in attendance. Upon choosing your service, you'll go through to a processes page. Thereafter, upon closing and reopening the app, as you can see here, I've bypassed the home page and returned to the process page. This will happen each time to make getting directly to the information you require that little bit quicker. If for any reason you've selected the wrong service, or you just want to look at the other sections of the app for reference, you can use the back arrow to navigate back to the home page. On Apple, you can find this in the top left corner, and on an Android device, you'll find this in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. The process page is the page you will see first in each of the services. The information on here is presented as a step-by-step guide on how to deal with a crime scene. And this is where the information starts to become tailored for each of the services, as you can see here. For today's demonstration, I'll use the medic section. Each of the process steps are accessible to you individually, so that you can just select the information that's relevant to you. For example, you might be confident on how to approach a crime scene, but you need some advice on how to preserve a piece of evidence, in which case you could jump straight into step 2. Throughout the app, we've tried to break down the information into digestible chunks. We've used drop-downs and click-throughs to deliver further information. For example, here you can see a plus icon. This indicates a drop-down, and when you click it, the information will expand and reveal further points to note. You can also see that the icon has now turned to a minus. When you click that again, it will minimise the information. A click-through is indicated by a forward-facing arrow. So you can see that here in priority 1, preserving the scene. When you click that arrow, it will take you through to a page that contains further information and often new menus too. When you've finished, you can navigate back to where you were before using the back arrow. In addition to the bite-sized chunks of information we've supplied, there are also very quick and easy to use checklists to help you keep track of your actions. So for example, in step 3, documentation, you will see there's a reminder list of important facts you should be recording at any scene. Ensuring you note these points will also help you later with your statement writing and any court presentation that you need to give. Once you have noted a specific fact, you can click that box and you will see that it places a little tick within it. It's important to note that in some of the checklists, it will also have a drop-down button. If it has a drop-down, it will show as a plus icon like everywhere else in the app. If you press that, it will give you additional information about the specific point that you are currently looking at. It will click the checklist in exactly the same way that this does. It's also important to note that the app will store all of this information for you. So if you need to go away and deal with something else and come back to this at a later point, when you reopen it, you'll see that the app has stored all of that information, so you will not lose it. When it comes to the point that you finish with the checklist and you want to clear it ready for the next use, you can just use the click the refresh button in the top right hand corner. When you click this, it will give you a clear pop-up window, basically just checking that you do want to clear it and you haven't pressed that by accident. So if you are ready to go ahead and clear them, you can just press yes, and you can see that now it clears the list and gives you a new one ready to run through again. Most of this information in the app is available offline and hence it's accessible anywhere. Apart from 2 links that we consider to be very important, but they are specific to UK responders. These are links to give you information on PACE Code D for the police and a link to find local sexual assault referral centres. Currently, the app is designed for individual use on personal handsets. We will be continuing to develop and evolve the app moving forward. In the future, we'll also be licensing to individual organisations. This will mean full customisation of the app to be utilised on organisational handsets. We hope that demonstration has been useful to you, and thank you for listening.